back to another true crime video. In this video, I'm going to talk about Joyce Vincent. And this case is actually, all of the cases are sad, but especially this case is very, very sad. But if this is your first time seeing my channel, please subscribe if you enjoy true crime. I post videos every Saturday. And without further ado, let's just start this video. Joyce Carol Vincent was born on October 15th of 1965 in Hammersmith in England, and she was raised near Fulham Palace Road. Her parents, Lawrence and Lewis, had immigrated to London from Guinea. Joyce's mother passed away when she was 11 after an operation, and her 4 sisters took responsibility for her upbringing. Joyce and her father weren't close at all. She even claimed that he had died in 2001 when in reality he died in 2004. And Lawrence was completely unaware that his daughter thought that he had died. She attended Malcolm Primary School and Fulham Gilead School for Girls, but she dropped out at the age of 16 with no qualifications. In 1985, Joyce began working as a secretary, and then she worked in the Treasury Department of Ernst & Young for 4 years but resigned in March of 2001. Shortly afterwards, Joyce spent some time in a domestic abuse shelter in Haringey and worked as a cleaner in a hotel. During this time, she distanced herself from everyone. She never had a huge group of friends, but the very few friends that she has, she distanced herself from them. She distanced herself from her family. A source involved in the investigation said that she was ashamed to be a victim of domestic violence, and she didn't want to be traced by her boyfriend who abused her. And they say that's why she stopped speaking with everyone. And as I said, Joyce was a victim of domestic violence, and she was moved into a bedsit flat above Wynn Green Shopping City in February of 2003. The flat was owned by the Metropolitan Housing Trust and was used to house victims of abuse. In November 23, after vomiting blood, Joyce was hospitalized for 2 days due to peptic ulcer. And on January 25th of 2006, Joyce's body was found. She was found when bailiffs forced entry into her flat. The television and the heating were still running, due to her bills being continued paid by automatic payments and debt forgiveness. The Metropolitan Housing Trust were the ones paying her bills. They thought she was still alive, so they continued to pay her bills. They didn't pay everything. She had to pay half of the rent, but electricity and water, those kinds of things, and half of the rent, they will pay them, and she will pay them the other half of the rent. And that's why for almost 3 years, no one thought that she was dead. Not even one person raised any concern. Not a neighbor, no one. And she was dead since December 21st of 2003. Almost 3 years. Her neighbors had assumed that she had moved, that the flat was unoccupied, and obviously if there is a dead body inside of a house, it starts to smell really bad. And the neighbors thought that smell was from not her flat, but the nearby trash cans that were there. And where she lived, it was a very noisy building, so that explains why no one questioned the constant noise from the TV, because the TV was still on when they found her. No one heard a thing. As I said, the trust paid her bills. She only had to pay half of the rent. 2 years after, she stopped paying because she was dead, so she couldn't pay. There was 20,000 livres of unpaid rent, and housing officials decided to reprocess the property. And that's when they found her. Joyce's remains were too badly decomposed to a full post-mortem, and she had to be identified through her teeth. Police ruled her death by natural causes. She had asthma, so they thought that she had an asthma attack or complications surrounding her recent peptic ulcer. This has all been suggested as a possible cause of death. Her remains were described as mostly skeptical, according to a pathologist, and Joyce was lying on her back next to a shopping bag surrounded by Christmas that she had just wrapped but never delivered. The front door of the flat was double locked and there were no signs of a break-in, or so police never believed that he was an homicide. Joy had a boyfriend, but the authorities weren't able to find him. Her sisters had hired a private detective, but he didn't have any success. However, the detective found the house that Joyce was living and found letters from her family to her, but Joyce never opened them. And obviously, her family never got a response because she was already dead when she received those letters. And they thought that she had cut ties with them, and that's why she didn't respond. So this case made me really sad because, like, she was dead for 2 years and no one knew. Like, her family just assumed that she cut ties with them and she didn't want to talk to them anymore. And they tried to look for her, but it was already too late. I really want to hear your thoughts about this case, but I feel so sad for Joyce because she died alone. That's horrible. But imagine dying and no one misses you. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave the comments your thoughts on this case, and if you have a certain case you want me to talk about, you can reach out to me through the comments or through my social media. My Instagram and my Twitter will be linked down below in the description box. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like so I know that you enjoyed it. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, definitely subscribe for more. I post videos every Saturday. And although I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to post next Saturday or not because I'm in college and the semester is ending. But I live in Portugal, if you don't know, I'm Portuguese. And the semester ends in January. I have 3 more weeks and I have a lot of work to do. But I was still able to post this video, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to post next week because it's going to be really busy. But I'm going to try. And that's all. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you hopefully on next Saturday. Bye bye.